Alright, what's up guys? So I'm going to be doing an oil change on a 2002 Harley FX ST. That's the Softail standard. So I got the bike on the stand. I'm just going to show you where everything is for the oil change and the best tools to use, and we'll get into it. Basically, this is more or less a trick like tip for guys that mangle the oil filter, but I'm going to run through the whole thing just to make a quick vid on oil changes. So to start, you got your filter, you got 3 quarts of oil, but 4, I've already done the oil change. I'm just going to run through it quick with you. I use the Harley 20 weight for temps above 60 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm in New England, so that's the best oil to run. There's a picture of the mangled filter. Let me put light on it so you can see. They're still easy to come off. It's not going to be an all-day project or multiple-day project. It's easy because of that little tool right there. So you'll need 5/8 inch socket, 3/8 inch ratchet, and then a 3/8 inch foot-pound torque wrench to torque the oil drain bolt. And this time when I changed the oil, the drain plug bolt needed a new O-ring, so I picked up an O-ring for that. Alright, let's get right into it. Right now we are just about to take a look at the damaged drain bolt. Not the damaged drain bolt, but the O-ring was completely trashed when I took this out, so we couldn't finish the oil change the previous day. So we have a new O-ring. We're going to install this with a little bit of oil and slide it down to the actual mating surface on the bolt itself. As you can see, let me get a little light on this for you. You can see the bottom below the threads, there's a little mating surface. That's where the O-ring will seat. So I just put a little oil on it, and then we're going to slide it down. And doing this with gloves is ridiculous. No big deal. We'll just get it done. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you're done. You guys can see the O-ring kind of. Let me get some light for you. The O-ring sits right there. Now we're using the 20 weight because the ambient temperature is above 60 degrees Fahrenheit this time of year. So above 60, stick with a good 20 weight. And I use the Harley brand just because, why not? It's there, it's not that expensive, and I do my oil changes every probably 1,000 miles because I beat on my bikes like royally. So there's that. We threw a little oil on the O-ring on the filter itself, the O-ring on the filter. So just a little bit. Just a little bit more running out here. Let me grab a little more. And we're good. And that's that. So the filter housing, I cleaned the mating surface so it's all smooth. I wiped out any residual oil that had come out and dripped down for the most part. And I use Simple Green. It's pretty user-friendly. Goody. Okay, there's the drain bolt hole right there. So that the other day was a bit messy because there was a bunch of Teflon tape that they wrapped the threads on the drain bolt so it wouldn't come out. But I don't understand why, because there's a torque spec on it and I've never seen one rattle loose on a Harley. This is open as well, so all air is flowing through. Tank should be empty, the line should be empty, it's drained twice, and all openings are open, so there's plenty of air flowing through. And the drain bolt is a 5/8 socket, use a 3/8 inch drive. Okay, so important now, this, the trick for these when you're using a strap wrench or a band wrench, which I prefer to use to undo the filter. Everybody crushes the cans because at the dealerships or any service shops that do your oil change, they over tighten them, and they're only supposed to be hand tightened and then maybe a 3/4 of a turn more. And on a Harley, it's easy to get to it because it's right in front of the engine. You can just reach down and tighten it if you ever saw anything or it was some play in it. It's not hard to tighten or notice. So this was what I wanted to show you. So it's crushed because the band just crushes the oil can. Now the trick is, everybody says, oh, I worked 24 hours on this and I can't get it. Now there's all kinds of methods. If you're using the Harley socket to take it off, they can get marred up and chewed up and not work as well. So you have the best option, which will take you 20 minutes of using muscle, is you take this wrench and you slide it on the cam when it's on the filter housing. Best part, you don't have to move this, the crankshaft position sensor, but if you slide that band all the way up here to the closest portion of the filter that meets this, the filter housing, that part won't crunch. So you can take a bite right up here maybe and use a little bit of muscle, it will come loose. It took me 20 minutes, and this is what the can looked like after I actually tried to take it off just normal. But you notice the top rim, it won't bend, it won't collapse on itself. It's all in good shape and it came right off. Let's see here, what do I have for fun tools? Okay, this is from one of my metric bikes, but a lot of guys will take these sockets from Harley and they'll drill a hole right here and here, put it on the filter housing, and then drill 2 sheet metal screws through the holes here and here into the filter, and then you can, the screws will keep it in place from sliding. So that's one method, but it's a lot of work and just a waste of, you know, you're messing your tools up. So when in doubt, the strap does work. Do not get, you know, pissed off and start throwing tools, because if you look, this part of the filter will not collapse. You just have to get the band all the way around, and you don't have to remove the crankshaft position sensor. The band slips right on. So there's that. All right, on to phase 2, putting the filter on and the drain bolt back, and I think we are drained. So let's do that. Okay, there's the filter housing all clean. I'm just gonna check it with my, thumbnail, make sure there's no, I guess, any raised ridges or anything that, piece of metal that could be charred up in there or marred up, but no, pretty clean. The only thing is you get some stain and some leftover residual from the previous O-ring on the filter, but no big deal. We get a paper towel and wipe the rest, and we're gonna snug it up. And that will be that. Let's get this done. And I like to clean the threads too, just as a precaution. All right, so we're good. We got oil there. Okay, so I'm coming to the point of basically snug, so I'm gonna get a glove that I can get some traction with and give it a good turn. So let's do that now. Got my trusty glove on to tighten the filter. Now we're just gonna put a little bit of muscle to it to make sure I got it tight, 3/4 of a turn past, hand tight. And it feels like it's pretty good. So I guess I didn't really need the glove for grip. So that's done. Okay guys, that's the oil change video and the tech tip for fixing this lovely mangled oil filter. So don't get discouraged guys, now you know how to do it. It's super easy, and remember, don't over tighten your filters, and this little tool is all you need. Do it right, do it thoroughly, and don't make it hard on your next project when you're changing the oil. This is easy. This is not a big deal, guys. So if you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll do more.